Now that we have our new sling, we can begin the process of installation. First we take our two rails and we make sure that we have them facing in the right direction with the threaded holes on the inside. And we're gonna again put some casual clean in the tracks, and we make sure that we thread from the inside. You also note that I did not remove the cap from the bottom. It's not necessary and it skips a step of removing it, so it saves you a little bit of time. So it's not necessary to remove the bottom cap. Sometimes we got to pinch this end to get it through. And there's that extra hand on top that makes it a little tight in the beginning, but once you get it going, you should be able to run the rest of it through. Try it a little bit more. We always do that. Try it a little bit more. Okay, that should get it. And the excess down at the bottom, we probably pull this back a little bit so we can make it flush right to the bottom. You probably have to put a finger here so you don't push the end cap out. And we work the other end, and we work it till it's right flush down to the end. Work it from both sides. Make sure that side is in, and it's flush to the bottom. And note the holes are on the inside. Alright, we would do the same thing with the opposite side, and with the rail facing on the inside. Spray some casual clean down in there. Slide it on down in there. Overlaps a little bit, that's just perfect. Okay, now we got both sides of the rails in place with the sling in the middle. And now we're getting ready to put the inner frame in place. It's always good to lube your holes so to make the bolts go in a little easier. Alright, we start this process by putting in the bolts on one side ahead and tighten that up. And also, one thing to note, once you put it in the inner frame, make sure the drain hole is on towards the top, not on the bottom, because sometimes you can easily put it upside down and you wouldn't be aware of it until you're getting ready to put the total chair together. But as a rule of thumb, make sure that drain hole is to the top. You notice down in the bottom, on this side, there's no drain hole. So that's your indicator to let you know if you have it in the right position. Okay, tighten that up. Okay, we got one side in, but now we got the other side, and this is where the tricky part comes in. For this step, we require, or I like to use, 2 spreader clamps, and we will put one on each end. Usually you get one on the bottom and get it going just enough, not tighten all the way. And we put one towards the top, so we slide in there, and then we start to expand the rails. And we could probably spread this one a little bit more. Okay, once we got it to this point, it's almost there, but we need a little bit of help. We use a crowbar, not one too big, just enough to get in between both rails, and as you pull forward, you push down. And it goes in place. While we got this one lined up, we're gonna put a screw in there. Sometimes we gotta work with it a little bit. Okay, there it goes, and screws in there, and then we can go to the bottom right the same way, and it sits down right down in there. Just want to screw it in a little bit so it's in place. And now, since it's in place, we can remove the clamps. And in some cases, we probably want, it might be tilted just a tad. And I will show you a trick that will help you get this lined up a little bit straighter.